Hello. Good afternoon, good morning, and welcome to the Heart of Innovation HBCU Challenge Final Showcase, an event we're producing together with the American Heart Association. I am Gina Konstantakopoulos, Senior Director of Partner Engagement at Matter. Our mission is to accelerate the pace of change of healthcare, and we do several things to support that mission. We run an incubator for healthcare startups. We've supported more than 1,000 companies from around the world that have gone on to raise more than $5.3 billion to fuel their growth. We work with large enterprises to help them build their innovation capabilities with a suite of education, training, and insight services that help established organizations make sense of emerging technologies and figure out the best ways to harness them to solve for the most pressing, complex healthcare issues. And we're a nexus for people who are passionate about healthcare innovation. We bring people together to be inspired, to learn, and to connect with each other. Health is a holistic concept shaped by social, physical, and environmental factors. Improving health outcomes requires addressing social drivers of health, enhancing cardiovascular wellness, and creating healthier environments. Historically, Black colleges and universities have been instrumental in driving innovations that address these areas, advancing healthcare accessibility, and improving outcomes. Today, we're excited for the culminating event of the Heart of Innovation HBCU Challenge, launched to support the most promising innovations developed by HBCU students and alumni. Today, we'll be joined by 5 startups that participated in a 4-week cohort-based program designed to help them refine their brand stories and accelerate the development of their solutions. These companies are tackling key healthcare challenges, leveraging diverse technologies, and proudly representing HBCUs across the U.S. I am now happy to introduce Katrina McGee, Executive Vice President and Chief Marketing Officer of the American Heart Association, to say a few words. Katrina.
Thank you, Gina. It is a delight to be here. I am Katrina McGee, Chief Marketing Officer at American Heart Association, and I am also a proud HBCU graduate. I am so excited today about the HBCU, the Heart of Innovation Challenge. Listen, for over 100 years, the American Heart Association has been about becoming and being a relentless force for a world of longer, healthier lives. And we know in order to achieve that, it's going to require bold solutions, innovations, and diverse perspectives from all walks of life. And that's what this challenge does for us. It unleashes the unique genius that is part of our next generation of HBCU students. So I'm excited to hear about your innovative ideas, your creativity, your determination. And I know some fantastic things will be presented today that will really help us change the future of health. I want to start by saying thank you to our viewers, our participants, and our amazing judges who are going to help us crown a winner of this challenge today. And to our students who are bringing forward amazing ideas, I wish you the best of luck and encourage you to let your brilliance shine bright. This is your moment. We are all cheering for you, and best of luck to everyone involved. Thank you so much again. And Gina, I'm turning it back over to you.
Thank you, Katrina, coming back on here for those inspiring words for today's exciting events. Well, before we get underway, let's talk about the rest of our program and how it's going to work. Each startup will have 5 minutes to present their company. Following each presentation, a panel of experts will have 3 minutes to ask questions. Following the presentations, you'll hear an inspiring keynote address given by Daryl Griffin, National Senior Vice President of the American Heart Association, Bernard Tyson, Office of Health Equity, where he'll discuss the importance of HBCUs in innovation. And then, at the conclusion of the keynotes, the judges will announce the recipient of the $10,000 grant. We have 3 experts here with us today who will be asking the questions. Please introduce yourselves and come off camera as I say your name. Bert Scott, National AHA Board of Directors.
Good afternoon, and I'm excited to be here with you today. I am a retired healthcare executive. My day job today is a board of directors member for a number of public health public companies. I was the past chair of the American Heart Association National Board, and I'm just happy to be here today.
We're thrilled to have you. Thank you. Cheryl Pegas, MD, MPH, FAACC, National AHA Board of Directors. Hello, Cheryl.
Hi, everyone. Great to be with you. I'm thrilled to participate. I love seeing young entrepreneurs do such great work. Like Bert, I also serve on the board of the American Heart Association. Currently, I'm executive chair of a telehealth company, and I sit on the boards of a couple of public companies, as well as on the Alice Walton School of Medicine. Thrilled to see people bring new healthcare solutions forward. Thank you.
Thank you, Cheryl. And Sybil Wilkes, president of Yossi Media.
Hi there, I am Sybil Wilkes, formerly of the Tom Jordan Morning Show, and now in my next life, publish a newsletter called What We Need to Know, and it is always a pleasure to work with the folks from American Heart Association as well as now with Matter. So thank you very much, and it's been just a really wonderful opportunity, so I thank you all.
Thank you. We're thrilled that you're here with us as well. All right. Well, next, my colleague Olivia Phillips has been running this accelerator, and she'll be our MC for the rest of the program. She'll introduce each of the startups to you for their presentations. So, Olivia, turning it over to you.
Thank you, Gina, and thank you all for being here. We're super excited for this program today. So as Gina mentioned, my name is Olivia Phillips. I'm with Matter, and I've been working closely with the American Heart Association on this program. Without further ado, we are super excited to dig into our presentations today. And so I will welcome our first presentation from Shanta Williams of G Luna.
I will never forget this day. I was getting my sister locks done when I had my first hot flash. As I was sitting in the chair, a wave of heat ran up my legs to the top of my head. I recall my loctician saying to me that she could feel the heat coming from my scalp. At that moment, I did not feel like myself. The next day, I reached out to my doctor and shared with her what happened. She knew that I was starting my menopause journey, but bluntly shared that she had no menopause knowledge, nor was she interested. When I left her office feeling defeated, I immediately started researching menopause. To my surprise and disgust, I learned that 80% of practitioners are not formally trained on menopause care. I also learned that there are over 250 menopause-related symptoms, ranging from crippling anxiety to vaginal dryness, but doctors are not talking about them. As a result, 75% of women don't even recognize their symptoms as menopause-related. They suffer, feeling like they're going crazy, when as early as their mid-30s, they start losing estrogen. It is shocking that doctors aren't talking about menopause, despite the fact that all women will naturally stop producing estrogen. This isn't just about hot flashes. It's about women losing their confidence, their relationships, and sometimes even their careers as they watch their physical and emotional well-being slip away. Hi, I'm Shanta Williams, and my co-founder is Michelle Dugar. We met at Hampton University 37 years ago, and our shared experience with menopause, along with our passion for helping others, led us on a journey of discovery. As MBAs and serial entrepreneurs, we were driven to find a better solution, and we found it in bioidentical hormone replacement therapy. We started G Luna to provide BHRT and empower women to live longer, healthier lives with personalized, science-backed, and holistic menopause care. G Luna empowers women to not just manage menopause symptoms, but to optimize their lives and be their best. The G Luna platform combines an AI-powered app for tracking symptoms and behaviors with educational resources on lifestyle matters like nutrition, exercise, and stress management. There's also our telehealth services and our online pharmacy that delivers hormones directly to our customers, all in one seamless experience. No one else provides it all. Our AI-powered tracking gives G Luna a distinct competitive edge. Optimizing BHRT requires experimentation to get the right hormonal balance, and it's different for every woman. Our unique data capture and analysis will enable G Luna users to receive faster and better results with BHRT. Over time, our proprietary data, AI model, and menopause protocols will not only enhance Jaluna's value, but also set new industry standards. While our competitors focus on symptom relief, we prioritize longevity, which is severely compromised with the loss of estrogen. In fact, studies show that the HRT we will offer reduces the risk of Alzheimer's, heart disease, and osteoporosis by up to 50%. The Jaluna app will follow a subscription-based model. Basic tracking with the app is available for free. Subscribers pay $29.99 monthly for full access to the Jaluna community, events, resources, and hyper-personalized support. The telehealth visits and hormones are billed separately. We have conducted over 40 hours of interviews with women who are ready for Jaluna's solution now. Jaluna is going to serve the U.S. market of over 50 million women entering or experiencing menopause. By 2029, the bio-HRT market is expected to reach $10.2 billion. Michelle and I are so eager to bring this solution to market with a fast, lean launch. By outsourcing our telehealth and pharmacy services, we can focus on customer acquisition and marketing. Attending events like the Essence Jazz Festival and executive women's conferences like WeBank and WPO will help to position our brand around self-care, not just treatment. A grant from the American Heart Association and Matter Health will allow us to continue building our AI platform and tracking app to complete our MVP. Ladies and the men who love you, you are not crazy. The system is, and Jaluna is here to redefine and transform how you experience menopause.
Thank you, Shanta, for that wonderful presentation. We'll now turn it over to the judges who can ask a question each of you.
Shanta, this is Bert Scott. Good to see you today.
Hi, Bert. Good to see you.
So you mentioned earlier, I have a series of questions, but I'm locked into one. So you mentioned earlier about the lack of knowledge in this space from providers, but you also run you're providing teledoc access to those providers. How do you select them given the small community of people that really understand? How are you handling that? And what's the scope of your position or other health professionals available to people?
Thank you for the question. We are outsourcing our telehealth service, and we have identified partners where they have a staff of medical professionals, licensed clinical professionals who do have specialized knowledge of menopause, where they specialize in women's health.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Mhm.
I have a question I'd like to ask the ladies. Just in terms of the age range that you are going after, the market, what is that?
Well, menopause or perimenopause starts around in the mid-30s.
Yes,
Our
ma'am.
key target is women who are in their 40s to 55. However, we also have a strategy to get women who are perimenopausal. The benefit of hormone replacement therapy is greatest when women start at the brink of entering that fluctuation with the estrogen. So we have a strategy for women that are perimenopausal or even before so that they get into our pipeline. But our key focus are perimenopausal and menopausal, which is between perimenopausal starting mid-30s, menopause or postmenopausal typically around 52.
And last but not least, to you guys, what geographies are you focusing on first?
Well, you mean geographic areas?
Yeah.
So we actually have shifted our focus. Initially, we thought the East Coast, but we're going national. And part of that is because our partners for the telehealth as well as the pharmacy fulfillment have a nationwide exposure. And part of our strategies at certain events that Shanta had mentioned, where we can meet a large group of women at once, those audiences will come from various parts of the country. So we're going national from the jump.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Shanta and Michelle. We'll now move on to the next startup who will be presenting, and we will have Shadrach from SurTracker.
Hi, my name is Shadrach Igwe, and I am the co-founder of SurTracker. Sat Tracker started as an experiment to help my co-founder when she was diagnosed with MS. We wanted to help her with tracking her multiple credentials and certifications. That quickly turned into something that everyone wanted and led us to join the Builders and Backers Accelerator program, where we performed a 3-month experiment across 4 facilities, and Sat Tracker was born. According to the NCSBN survey, nearly 70% of nurses currently track their credentials manually. Small and medium-sized facilities track their employees' credentials, certifications, and licenses manually using Excel spreadsheets, screenshots, and sometimes just sticky notes. Compliance has become something very much complicated, which results in, according to the National Committee for Quality Assurance, only 17 out of 6,000 healthcare facilities currently have the health equity accreditation. This is why Sat Tracker is here. We are here to empower providers to focus on patient care. This is how we're solving the problem. We've built first of its kind OCR and auto-file digital wallet. Our AI-powered digital wallet scans, extracts, auto-fills credential documents. We automate onboarding, something that takes anywhere from 75 to 90 days, and we make it something that is done just under 1 week. Sat Tracker has built its own AI model, a compliance operating system for healthcare systems. This is how it works. You download our app or create your account if you're a healthcare facility. Upload, drag and drop your LCRs, and our OCR will categorize and file the credentials. We already had some traction. Since we started our beta testing, we've already onboarded over 850 nurses, and we have over 7,000 people on our wait list just through word of mouth and referrals. Our pilot program currently has a committed 14 healthcare systems, and just yesterday, we were selected to present our innovation at the inaugural AONL Nurse-Founded Innovations. And we are also in the running for the American Nursing Association Innovation Award. Our competitive advantage, we differentiate ourselves as a comprehensive AI-powered compliance platform that optimizes traditional compliance mechanism by offering automated credential and compliance tracking, enterprise-wide integration, culturally competent continuing education, as well as health equity accreditation readiness. And not to forget, our digital wallet is the only one in the healthcare industry right now with an OCR-enabled features and AI-powered functions. Our competition are the Medallion and EverCheck. EverCheck does have a digital wallet, but you have to be employed by a facility in order to use it. Sat Tracker digital wallet is independent of where you work, but also syncs with the healthcare facilities. Our market opportunity. By automating compliance, reducing onboarding time, and enhancing workforce efficiency, we have established ourselves to disrupt these outdated manual processes. Our total addressable market is about 15 billion. Our serviceable available market is 7.5 billion. And the immediate and high priority market Sat Tracker can capture in the next 3 to 5 years is $750 million. Here's our pricing model. We go from freemium to $20 a month or $120 a year, and B2B tiers starting at $200 a month. Here's our team. We've assembled the best in the industry, and through this power holders in the industry and also more people coming on our advisory board, we are positioned to capture substantial market. My co-founder, Devin Patterson, is a healthcare leader and an ER nurse who have been in the industry for almost 20 years. With a grant from American Heart Association today and Matter, we'll be able to continue developing our AI model, add a nurse trainer for our CE offering, expand our pilot to enhance healthcare workforce efficiency, as well as spend some money to get to Boston for the AONL Leadership Conference coming up at the end of March. Thank you for being here. This is how you can help us. You can help us by creating a soft intro to your network or connecting with us and seeing how you can help with what we're building. Thank you.
Thank you, Shadrach, so much. We now have time for 2 questions from the judges.
Shadrach, this is Bert Scott again. How are you? Good. Tell me who your target institution, what's the size of the institutions you're looking to work with, rural, urban, small, medium, etc.
Rural hospitals, small to medium-sized hospitals, recruiting agencies. We currently have about 14 healthcare systems. The largest of them is about 15,000 employees. At least 10 of them has average of over 10,000 employees. But we're currently looking for healthcare organizations or healthcare facilities with less than 2,000 employees.
Thank you.
Shadrach, it's Cheryl Pegas. You started with nurses primarily. Some of the competitors you shared have targeted physicians primarily. How did you choose your niche of the audience to target?
Thank you, Cheryl. That's a great question. We didn't actually choose to build for anybody. We initially just started with one person. Devin, at the time, who was my girlfriend, when she was diagnosed with MS, we were looking for tools to help her track her credentials and everything. And there was nothing in the market to help us out. So I decided, as a software engineer, I could build something that will help her out. And as she started using it and sharing it with friends who are also nurses, the demand became much, and we decided we need to experiment. We need to run an experiment to figure out if there's actually a demand for this. And that's how we went through that. And as we were running that with just nurses, a very large healthcare organization reached out and said, can you help us onboard about 15,000 of our nurses? And then the light bulb went off, like we could make this into a bigger business. And that's how nurses chose us rather than us choosing them.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much, Shadrach, for that presentation, and also the judges for your questions. We'll now move on to Silver Horsley from Stone-Faced RX.
Hello, everyone. I am Silver Horsley. I am the founder and CEO of Stone-Faced RX, and we are a SaaS telehealth company revolutionizing access to dermatology. While the skin is the largest and most diverse organ in the human body, 94% of skin tones are overlooked in dermatology research, care, and treatment. This inequality results in misdiagnosis medically, overconsumption, too many moisturizers and not enough sunscreen, and biases in AI and facial recognition. All of this is disproportionately impacting those with darker skin tones. My uncle recently passed away from MS, which is an autoimmune disease. And from then, I went on a research dive of how autoimmune diseases disproportionately impact those in underserved communities. And that's when I ran into Ronnie and Alicia. Ronnie and Alicia are Black women who suffered in silence for years with psoriasis, a painful, misunderstood condition. Alicia had psoriasis since she was 10 years old, and it took her 20 years for her to try to find a treatment that works from her. From an indicator report from the National Psoriasis Foundation and the CDC, people of color are 112% more likely to live with undiagnosed psoriasis. The $461 billion psoriasis market is failing people of color because 70% of people of color do not have access to the most effective treatment, which are biologics and injectable steroid. The lack of diversity in dermatology has led to a widespread of misdiagnosis, leaving over 600,000 people in the US undiagnosed without treatment with psoriasis. Psoriasis increases mortality by 80% and can lead to severe complications like arthritis, heart disease, obesity, contributing to a $112 billion annual economic burden. At Stoneface RX, we meet people of color where they're already seeking trusted skincare advice, social media. By leveraging social media to bring access or bring awareness to chronic skin conditions, we're able to offer people of color access to dermatological care. We plan on scaling Stoneface to sell to community health centers. There are around 1,300 companies with over 15,000 locations in the US, serving over 31 million people, focusing on underserved communities. We will offer them subscription plans from $5,000 to $20,000 a month. Based on utilization, these community health centers will have access to the 3% of dermatologists who are specially trained on underserved communities, improving access to treatments, reducing the average psoriasis diagnostic timeline, and reduce the 3 to 6 month timeline to see a dermatologist. From campus skincare guru to CEO, I have a board-certified dermatologist, Dr. Zoe Indigo, who has authored numerous amounts of medical journals on hair loss, autoimmune conditions, and skin of color with the National Institute of Health. She also worked at Harvard's General Hospital. Our providers provide personalized skin and scalp solutions while virtually monitoring their skin, building a melanin-focused image and dermatologist database. Stoneface RX is a testament to the power of meeting patients where they are. Where 94% of people do not feel seen, we make them feel seen. We are more than just a tool or a telehealth company. We are a bridge, virtually connecting people by breaking barriers, rebuilding trust, and connecting people to care that feels accessible, trustworthy, and human. The $10,000 grant from the American Heart Association, combined with the leadership and support from Matter Health, would be transformative, allowing me to expand my impact and better serve people who look like me, improving access, diagnosis, and rebuilding trust and transforming lives. Thank you for this opportunity to drive meaningful change in healthcare equity.
Thank you, Silver, for that amazing presentation. We'll now have questions from the judges.
I have a question. Silver, I didn't ask this before, and I'm going to ask this again, as I did with women in the menopause. What about the age range of the patients are you looking at?
So from surveying about 300 of our users, our age range was mainly from 18 to around 45 years old, and mainly working class and young professionals.
Well, and the reason why I asked is because I think about all those years that my mother spent money with dermatologists and looking for answers with my skin. And I was far younger than at 18. So, and I have a 3-year-old now in my life that is now suffering from psoriasis. And so
Wow.
and they're really going through it. Her parents are. So and just for a little food for thought there.
I definitely think that being able to expand is what we're going to look for when it comes to growing and scaling. But as of right now, we're kind of focusing on people who have their own income, or I guess you could say people who definitely know they need to connect with an expert. And I'm not sure if someone that's from like 15 to 18 would know even about a dermatologist or esthetician.
All right. Okay.
Silver, good to see you again. As you look at treating dermatological conditions, particularly the immunology focus that you have, are you also supporting skincare and maybe referrals to whole health so that
Yes.
you can really take care of the medical condition?
Yes, most definitely. I think the biggest differentiator that we have with any of our telehealth, teledermatology competitors are when you think of, I guess you could say telehealth, a patient would just connect with a dermatologist, get their solution, and then be done. But sometimes we may not need a dermatologist. So our dermatologists on our platform can triage our patients to our estheticians to give them more of a holistic and consumer level understanding of skincare.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Silver and the judges, for your questions. We'll now move on to the next startup. We'll have Amy Korkume from Core Futures Innovations present next.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Dr. Amy Korkume, and I am the founder and CEO of Pulse on the Yard. I may look a little young now, but for also over 10 years, I've been a professor at the Howard University. Join me. Take a jump up to Howard. Howard homecoming, the yard, the crowd, the game, the jumping, the cheering, the tailgate, all that good food that hits you in the right spots, the step show, and then the marching band. Homecoming is the heartbeat of every HBCU experience. But also about another heartbeat, a personal heartbeat. Our heart health. Heart disease is the #1 killer of African Americans. Yet, 80% of heart disease cases are preventable with regular exercise and healthy habits. So what's the solution? Pulse on the Yard. Pulse on the Yard is a gamified fitness app built for HBCUs to improve your heart health. What does that mean? You see the band moving? That's exercise. You see the steppers stepping? That's exercise. The walk from the parking lot to the yard? That's all exercise that we can tap into to improve our heart health. What's our advantage? What makes us stand out? #1, our deep HBCU culture. HU, you know, excellence, community, grit, resilience. When these things are tapped into, we can move the needle in addressing heart health. 2, data tracking. We just don't want to collect your data. We want to convert your data into an experience. So when you're stepping, don't just count your steps. Step with the step team. When you're marching, don't just count the length of your march. March with the marching band. Culturally, we can tap into addressing our heart health. And #3, our partnerships. We want to partner with HBCUs, the schools, the band, the sports teams to make sure that we get the culture right. 2, our commercial industry partners, Apple, Google, Fitbit, Spotify, so you can integrate all your favorite devices into our software. And then 3, community service. Something that's also near and dear to our heart as HBCUs is the ability to kind of turn our steps into something good. So possibly partnering with the American Forestry, you can take your steps and make that into a tree in a community. Who is our target market? We want everybody to participate, all 101 HBCUs to compete to see who has the best heart health. We want alumni associations to also compete. Our Divine Nines, our sororities, fraternities, and all student organizations to see that we can center our heart health as an important factor in us dealing with what's happening in our world today. What is our business model? We're looking to use a B2B business model to partner with HBCUs and health service centers. That means that depending on the size of your HBCU, you can purchase a subscription, and you can allow that subscription to be free for students, faculty, and staff. You can get an individual or an organization subscription. We also have a free tier model. Everyone will let something free to see our premier features for a limited time. What are our revenue streams? We know that digital apps are growing. People are looking for digital apps to connect their health. AI workout apps are also on the rise. And then wellness post-COVID is something that we're all thinking about. We hope to tap into subscriptions, brand sponsorships, advertisements, and external grants to go from hopefully 10,000 to 5 million in just 5 years. So how do we keep the beat going? How do we continue to tap into this HBCU energy? We look to partner with the American Heart Association and Matter to increase our staffing, to continue to dive into more customer discovery and working with HBCUs to understand their health needs, and develop our first MVP, by fall 2025. Pulse on the Yard, one challenge, heart health, one HBCU campus at a time, with one core focus, keeping our heartbeats going. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Amy, for that amazing presentation. I'll now welcome the judges on to ask a few questions.
Hi, good afternoon, and excellent presentation. I have a question and a comment. So as you're collecting these data for each of the participants, are they able to download that information to any of the ERMs or to their physician's offices to help them track information in a more holistic way?
Yeah, so you raise a great point. Thank you for the question. So we see a little bit of our competitors are the healthcare systems. So healthcare systems are now incentivizing people to collect their steps. So yes, integrating your healthcare systems dashboard that allows you to ask for your steps, we hope to also integrate that as well, because that's also an incentive to get people involved in kind of being conscious about their data.
Okay, thank you. That's a next step for you then.
Definitely next step, yep.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Thank you.
Amy, great presentation. Can I ask you, if someone downloads the app, can they use it with their family, so with young children or others, or is it a per person? Do you have a per person plan and a family plan?
Yeah, so the goal is to start with our target market, which is HBCUs and alumni. So if you go to HBCU, your HBCU will provide it for you for free because they'll pay for the subscription. But if you have to be a family that you want to work as an organization, that's okay too. So you can have a family plan where our families competing against each other to see who has the best heart health. I think at the core of the experience is knowing that the colors, the sound, the things that you see would have HBCU culture at the center. But yes, we do have that plan offer.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, judges, for those questions. And thank you again, Amy, for your presentation. We'll now move to the next and final presentation from our startup. We'll have Blair Matthews from Zuri Fertility.
Hi, everyone. I'm Blair Matthews. I'm the co-founder, CEO, and president of Zuri Fertility, where our mission is to revolutionize fertility care, making it more accessible and comprehensive and tailored for today's families. Fertility care in America is broken. It's expensive, disjointed, and nearly impossible to navigate. 1 in 6 couples globally struggle to conceive. And that isn't just a stat, it's heartache. My wife and I were one of those couples. Uncertainty, wasted time, and emotional turmoil all stood in our path to pregnancy. But we're not alone. In the US, nearly 5 million American couples face the same reality on an annual basis. And on average, it takes 3.5 years for them to get a proper fertility evaluation and a true medical diagnosis. And in the realm of fertility, time is of the essence. A delay in diagnosis can lead to significant emotional distress, costlier treatments, and more invasive procedures. Many of those same American couples affected are also underrepresented and they're underserved. And their barriers to fertility care tend to be economic, racial, and geographical, affecting not only their access to treatments, but also the outcomes. And now, infertility isn't just a private struggle, it's a national conversation. And this month, the president signed an executive order to expand access to IVF. But policy alone won't fix this. People need real solutions. Like my wife, a physician assistant who reached out to our medical network to get us the early answers that we needed. And after struggling for a little bit longer, we were finally able to get pregnant, saving us tens of thousands of dollars and potential years in fertility treatment. Now, our ability to access care ultimately solved our issue and brought us these 3 beautiful baby boys. And thankfully, I know they look a lot more like their mother. And it was in that moment that I realized that millions of Americans don't have the same resources we did. So I built Zuri. Zuri simplifies, streamlines, and personalizes the fertility journey, getting people the timely answers that they need to build their families. We offer a comprehensive and readily accessible fertility and family planning support. Now, the Zuri app has virtual access to licensed reproductive health physicians, a complete at-home fertility assessment for a medical diagnosis, individualized care plans, including prescriptions, and 24/7 care navigation support team, all provided in the comfort and privacy of one's home. Zuri replaces that confusion with the clarity, years of waiting with weeks, and outrageous costs with affordability. That's because our unique process with rapid diagnostics and custom treatment plans accelerate the journey, making it more effective and less stressful. That way, patients can focus on what really matters: starting a family. And patients in our pilot program really love our holistic approach. That's because we help individuals and couples get the fertility answers quickly and affordably. That's because we integrate AI-powered fertility assessments, at-home testing with real medical oversight, not just results, but a true diagnosis, virtual reproductive specialists for direct consultations, and we give them a personalized care plan, along with 24/7 fertility concierge support, so no one navigating this alone. Instead of waiting 3.5 years for a diagnosis, Zuri delivers the answer in weeks. And this isn't just about the pregnancy. Fertility is a critical health predictor of overall health for women. Like women with PCOS, a leading cause of infertility, are twice as likely to develop heart disease. Or men with infertility having a 30% increased risk of cardiovascular disease. By treating fertility as a gateway to the whole body health, Zuri is improving lives far beyond the conception. And we know the fertility market is vast, but it's also underserved. And as the average age of would-be first-time parents increase, so does the market. And the US alone has a growing opportunity of $33 billion. Now, fertility is at a tipping point. 54% of employers are now offering fertility benefits, which is up from 36% just a few years ago. And we're positioned to own this space. And we know that this space has many players, but all of whom are solving a different problem, while we focus on access and cost of care. In yellow are companies we see potential for having opportunities of a partnership with, and in red are our traditional competitors like brick and mortar clinics, care navigation platforms, and other home testing companies. Now, you know that fertility care today is fragmented. Zuri connects the dots. While others only offer a piece of a solution in a fragmented industry, we are a platform that goes beyond just a diagnosis. We empower families to start, plan, and stay informed with every step. And our paid pilot is just the beginning. We want to expand our direct-to-consumer offerings while scaling employee-sponsored fertility benefits. From there, we see a national rollout with top-tier fertility clinics, as well as health insurance. Long-term, we see Zuri as the go-to fertility care platform, replacing outdated clinic-first models with an accessible at-home solution. And we're already proving that this works, but we need funding and partnerships to scale. We're looking for strategic partners to help expand access, investors who believe in changing fertility care for good, corporate collaborators ready to integrate Zuri into their employee health benefits. Now, if you believe in making fertility care accessible, affordable, and built for today's families, let's talk. Zuri means beautiful, but for millions, the fertility journey is anything but. We're here to change that. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Blair, for the presentation. We'll now ask the judges to ask a few questions.
Blair, I enjoyed your presentation, and I'm just wondering, are you and your wife the only success stories in this?
From like our Zuri app?
Yes.
No. Actually, I mean, the app was built after my wife and I were successful.
That's
so,
what I figured, but I just thought you guys were the ones that kicked it off. So I was just wondering.
Yeah, we're the story and the foundation behind this, but like I said, millions of others are dealing with the same thing as we are, which is the struggle to conceive. And everyone has a different underlying issue. So many couples that have already joined our app or are, in our platform and gone through our process. We've actually just had our first Zuri baby born earlier this year. So we were super excited about that. And that came from one of our pilot participants.
And please tell me they named it Zuri.
No. Although we did send a gift basket, but so we were super excited about that. And so now we're remaining close with them, helping them actually connect with, which is like a new product of ours that we've been rolling out, connect with doulas and not just doulas, but people that go beyond the process of just giving birth. So like for example, lactation specialists and things of that nature. So we've been helping beyond the platform.
Blair, good to speak with you again. Can I ask, are your reproductive clinicians, are they employed fully by you? Are they consultants? How are you looking at the model in early stages and what you hope for that to be?
Yeah, great question. So we have many strategic partners, being like some of our testing companies, and some who have actually invested in us. So they've done in-kind investments and become our partners. But we use a telehealth platform that helps us connect all our providers. Some are like directly, like our chief medical officers are directly a part of our platform, but they also have their jobs like at University of Chicago or University of Texas. So they're still a part of our platform, but they also work another job. As we ramp up, we see ourselves hiring not just, through the telehealth platform, but our own providers, keeping them in the house as we have more funding. But that is something we're looking to get towards. But for right now, so that we can expand, we use a telehealth partner.
Thank you.
Blair, again, good to see you again. Talk to me about the efficacy so far of your home testing. Sometimes home testing can be difficult. So talk to me a little bit more about that.
Yeah, absolutely. And my wife, my co-founder, and actually our head of product and one of our Zuri employees, we all did the home testing kit before we even got it sent out to everyone. So we believe they're highly efficient. We love our partnership. We actually, here I can show you on a slide here. We have partnered with Legacy as well as IHD Labs for the labs. So for the male semen analysis, Legacy, they're a very credible, really awesome company that does male semen analysis. And through them, we're actually also able to offer male semen freezing, which I didn't know was a thing until I really started researching this and figured out that, wow, I should have froze my sperm a long time ago. So we've been educating people on that as well, but also IHG Labs, who have also invested in us and also been great. But more importantly, our providers like them. And we do everything by the American Society of Reproductive Medicine, their guidelines, and we follow the ASRM guidelines. And actually, our chief medical officer, Dr. Rahim, is actually on the ASRM board. So we're able to have that constant oversight. So as long as they're still able to follow it, we're good with it and able to give a true medical diagnosis. Like I said before, the only thing that a woman would have to leave out of her house for is to get that image study done, if necessary.
Gotcha. Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Blair, and thank you, judges, for those great questions. We'll now move on to the next part of our program where we are excited to have the keynote. So we'll now be joined by Daryl Griffin, who is the National Senior Vice President of the American Heart Association's Bernard J. Tyson Office of Health Equity. That's where he leads key initiatives to advance health equity, strengthen partnerships, secure funding, and enhance volunteer engagement. Previously, as National Associate Executive Vice President of Development Strategy and Effectiveness, he helped design scalable fundraising solutions, driving over $300 million in mission impact. He also led the AHA Centennial Celebration and the Second Century Campaign, which raised over $740 million. Daryl's professional experience includes over 25 years of work within the nonprofit arena, serving in the positions of Program Director, Major Gift Officer, Executive Director, Area Vice President, National Director, and Chief Advancement Officer, in addition to his current role. Daryl has served at various prominent institutions and organizations, including the American Diabetes Association, Boys and Girls Clubs of America, Meharry Medical College, Fisk University, YMCA of the USA, and the Dallas Zoo. Daryl is a native of Chicago and graduated from Mount Carmel High School. He also attended Vanderbilt University and holds many certifications in fundraising management from Indiana University, and also a Master's of Organizational Leadership from Trevecca Nazarene University. Welcome, Daryl.
Hey, I see a fellow Mount Carmel Caravan alum. I think that's Blair in the chat. So it's great to see a fellow Carmelite in the house. It's great to see everyone. Olivia, thank you for the warm introduction. As Olivia shared, I'm Daryl Griffin, and I'm grateful to serve as the National Senior Vice President at the Bernard J. Tyson Office of Health Equity at the American Heart Association. It's an honor to be here today to speak to the finalists of the HBCU Heart of Innovation Challenge, to celebrate not only your hard work and remarkable achievements, but also the legacy of innovation that's paved the way for your success. I was so inspired by each of your presentations and actually look forward to seeing the impact that you will each make in the future. You know, in partnership with Matter, the Heart of Innovation HBCU Challenge seeks solutions that improve social drivers of health, improve cardiovascular health, or promote health innovators, advocates, researchers, scientists, doctors, nurses, and medical leaders. Today, as we begin to round out Black History Month as well as American Heart Month, I want to spend a few minutes talking about a topic that I believe aligns with this challenge, and I hope you will find reflective, inspiring, and deeply significant, the power of Black innovation. As you may know, historically, Black colleges and universities have been at the forefront of producing leaders who drive change and innovation for generations. These institutions offer rigorous academic programs, mentorship, and opportunities for research and development, ensuring that students are well prepared to take and tackle the challenges of the future. When we think about that legacy, throughout history, Black innovators have made extraordinary contributions to science, technology, engineering, and the arts, often in the face of immense adversity. Their creativity, resilience, and determination have not only advanced their respective fields, but also shaped the world that we live in today. Take, for example, Dr. Gladys West, whose pioneering work in satellite geodesy laid the foundation for the GPS technology we rely on daily. Despite the challenges she faced as a Black woman in a predominantly white and male field, Dr. West's contributions has revolutionized navigation and global communication for all to enjoy. Another remarkable innovator is Jerry Lawson. You may know him as the father of modern gaming. In the 1970s, Lawson developed the first cartridge-based video game system, Fairfield Channel F, which transformed the gaming industry and paved the way for the consoles that we enjoy today. I don't know about you, but Jerry Lawson was definitely an important figure in my childhood. As I aged myself, actually remembering the fact that we won an Atari 2600 in the early 80s playing a Monopoly game at McDonald's. True story. And I was a gamer from that point forward. As we look at innovation in everyday life, Black innovation is not limited to groundbreaking technologies. It also includes inventions that have made everyday life easier and safer. Garrett Morgan, as many know, invented the 3-light traffic signal, which greatly improved road safety and traffic management. His invention is a testament to how Black innovators have addressed practical problems with ingenious solutions. Similarly, Marie Van Britten Brown co-invented the first home security system, which I didn't know, which is a precursor to the modern systems that protect our homes today. Her invention was driven by a desire to ensure safety and peace of mind, demonstrating how innovation can be deeply personal and impactful. The stories of these innovators highlight two common themes: perseverance and problem solving. Despite systemic barriers and discrimination, they pursued their passions and made lasting contributions. Their journeys remind us that innovation often requires not just creativity, but also resilience and determination. HBCUs have been instrumental in nurturing diverse talent and fostering innovation and leadership. These institutions have historically and continue to provide a supportive environment where students can thrive academically and personally. HBCUs have produced a significant of professionals and leaders in various fields, including STEM fields and mathematics, science, etc. Moreover, HBCUs have a long history of advocating for social justice and equity. They've been centers for civil rights movements and continue to play a crucial role in addressing systemic issues. By fostering a sense of community and empowerment, HBCUs encourage students to become leaders who advocate for positive change. As we look to the future, we celebrate the achievements of the past, but we must also look ahead to the problems that the future brings and the opportunities that each of you represents as you represent that next generation of innovators. You have the power to build on the legacy of those who came before you and to create a world that is more inclusive, humane, and just. Consider the recent work of Dr. Kizzmekia Corbett, a leading scientist in the development of the Moderna COVID-19 vaccine. Her contributions have been instrumental in combating a global pandemic and saving countless lives. Dr. Corbett's work exemplifies how innovation can respond to an immediate need and address some of the most pressing challenges of our time. As you step into this next chapter of your lives, remember that innovation is not confined to laboratories or tech companies. It can happen anywhere and in any field. Whether you're an artist, an engineer, a teacher, or an entrepreneur, you have the potential to innovate and make a difference. So I challenge you to embrace the spirit of curiosity and creativity. Challenge the status quo and seek out new solutions to old problems. And most importantly, support and uplift one another. Innovation thrives in culturally competent and inclusive environments where different perspectives are appreciated, valued, and celebrated. Today, I challenge you to be the innovators of tomorrow. Use your education, your experiences, and your unique perspectives to drive change. Advocate for humanity, appreciation, and belonging in your workplaces and communities. Mentor and support the next generation of thinkers and creators. Let your legacy be one of innovation, breakthroughs, and progress. I want to acknowledge, thank, and recognize the team from Matter, my American Heart Association colleagues, and the efforts of the organizers, mentors, and supporters who made this all possible. Your tireless commitment has resulted in this amazing occasion that we celebrate today. Thank you. And in closing, I'll leave you with the words of George Washington Carver, who we know was a pioneer agricultural scientist who developed hundreds of products from sweet potatoes and peanuts. He states, "Where there is no vision, there is no hope." This statement resounds loudly with us at the American Heart Association, where our vision is to advance health and hope for everyone everywhere. As you move forward, carry with you a vision of a better, brighter future. Let that vision inspire you to innovate, to persevere, and to help us change the future of health together. Congratulations to all the finalists and the winner. The world is waiting for you and desperately needs your brilliance. Go forth, innovate, and make a lasting impact. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Gerald, for that inspiring keynote address. I'm now excited to welcome Sybil Wilkes, who will be the announcer of the recipient of the grant.
I have in my hands. Thank you so much. I'm really honored to be a part of this. I just wanted to take a moment to thank you, Olivia, and all of the folks at Matter, as well as my friends at the American Heart Association for inviting me to be a part of this. As our keynote speaker said, I'm really honored to be here and to see the future. It's very exciting with the future in the hands of these great young presenters here and innovators, if you will. So without any further ado, we'd like to announce and congratulate Sir Tracker is the recipient of the $10,000 grant. Congratulations. Your dedication to improving social drivers of health, cardiovascular health, and creating healthier environments is truly an inspiration. And so I want to thank, on behalf of everyone, to thank all the participants and showing your hard work and commitment to driving meaningful change. You are really what this is all about, and the future is so bright for all of you. If I had them, I put my sunglasses on. I will pass it back to the wonderful Olivia Phillips to conclude the program. And congratulations and thank you again.
Thank you so much. Shadrach, if you'd like to if you and Devin would like to say any, just a few words, that's okay.
Thank you
so much.
Thank you. I am shocked. But thank you guys. Thank you so much.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Absolutely. Congratulations. And before we close out, I'd just like to say thank you to each of the companies who presented today and who participated in the program. The solutions that you are building will have a lasting impact on addressing and really improving care outcomes and quality of life for all. So you all are doing amazing work. Please keep going. I'd also like to say thank you to our judges. Your feedback and your participation in this program has been nothing short of invaluable. And then lastly, again, thank you, Daryl, for those inspiring words and really sharing why this program and many others are really supporting the future of innovation, specifically supporting HBCUs. And so we look forward to the next program. Thank you all so much.